It's not even like.
Hello,
Oh,
Internet!
oh no, internet, no, go away, run, escape while you
Welcome,
can.
one and all, to Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. Here is the podcast in which we read shit fictions. And by shit fictions, I mean a randomly selected cast of fictions off of the front page of Most Updated. To the audience, which is you, and by me, Sneaky Devil. And now that we have all of that information cleared up, I must remind you to strap yourselves in, plop those headphones on, because this is not a family-safe environment, and to remember to not contact the fanfiction authors featured in this podcast, as that would be considered as harassment under the Twitch guidelines, and we wouldn't want that, would we?
Yeah, how am I coming in, by the way?
Oh, you're coming in fine.
Good, because remember what I mentioned earlier about one of these iterations will work?
Yeah?
Yeah, the old one's working. I'm just making sure it's not tearing up my mic again,
Yeah, I
because
figured.
it used to
Alright,
not
so
play
let's
well.
crack into a cold one. Let's get started.
Oh, hey, Atin, finally. Hey, Atin's here.
Oh, Adam's here. Oh, well, I guess I have to change that then. Okay. Alright, fixed it.
I think his mic is not working.
No, I just didn't have it plugged in.
Why is he so quiet?
Alrighty then.
Because it wasn't near my face.
Why is
It's
he
'cause
still
you
so
haven't-
quiet?
Because you have them turned down. Atten, don't fix it, you're fine. Okay, so I bought a variety pack
Ow.
a while back, right? Of Citizen Cider. So it's like the four different variants of Citizen Cider can they make. Because they have the 4 variant cans, and then they also have 2 variant bottles. And this one is the dry ale style, called Wits Up, and it's dry.
Oh
Holy
god,
shit, is
why
it
are we
dry.
looking at a fairy tale dragon slayer story?
Because this popped up in Zexel's recommendations to me.
Sex.
But you know who it is. Why would you touch it?
Because because it's Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer. I feel like
No,
we just have
hang
to
on.
remind everyone
on.
just why we don't touch his stuff.
Sneaky, I just want to make sure this does fall under the safe guidelines, right? Because I noticed it's
Honestly,
rated
I have not in the slightest clue.
Okay,
I
I'm
am-
just gonna do a quick Control F for things I think might show up.
I wonder if the fanfic blog guy from Reddit's going to appear in the stream. Hey, maybe. It's funny story is I got into you saw I posted it. I got into an argument with people on the fanfiction subreddit again, and they downvoted me. Because they're like, I don't like the fact you have the word contempt in your title. I'm like, look, I've gotten threats of violence and like literally death threats. I'm gonna start showing contempt for a fucking community that does that. Okay.
Yeah.
Sneaky, I don't know if we want to look at this.
Oh, why?
This opens with Naruto experiencing his birth as a reincarnation. In the opening chapter.
Okay, that's weird, but not. I mean, depending on
It's
how.
not okay. So here's the real question I wanted an answer to: is Naruto a girl in this, or is he just a Fuda trap?
I noticed Naruto yelling, "Don't leave your daughter," for some reason, while he's being birthed, so I don't know.
So, Sneaky, I do want to point out just a point of order for terminology. You do know that Fuda and Trap are pretty much. You got to be one or the other, right? You realize that?
No, I mean technically speaking, a Fuda is a trap in the literal definition of the word trap.
Okay, yes, in the most literal definition, yes.
Yeah, I mean, turn Atten's volume up more. He is literally at 200% Atten. I guess you're gonna have to boost yourself. Also, your mic isn't crackling anymore, so whatever you're currently doing, keep doing that as well.
No, it'll start crackling in a second.
Yeah, I literally can't turn Atten's volume up any higher.
I'm fixing it.
Anyway,
Uh,
so how do you guys feel about tomorrow doing the Overcooked stream?
I have D&D.
Oh, there you go.
yeah, I was about to say Wednesdays are busy for
Oh,
someone
yeah.
in the group, and I couldn't remember who.
That would be me.
Thursdays, maybe then. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so yeah, so
Thursday,
we're gonna
I
move
can
on
start
then. Now that Max has burned his eyes out reading this real quickly.
There's one slight problem though. Tomorrow's when Lethal League Blaze releases.
Oh.
We gotta follow up on that. That game's awesome.
Oh,
Apparently,
I
there's a
guess we're
health
playing that then.
there's a health mechanic and a throw system now.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So
okay,
now
then.
you only get one shot once you start breaking the sound barrier.
Let's see. Let's do this one then. Naruto High School D times D. Posted. No, we're not checking out his new stuff.
Because we know where that hole goes.
Yeah. When you have no purpose, your life is empty and meaningless. When I woke up and saw that silver hair man, he gave me purpose of my life. A mission. But could I fulfill it? Achieve my purpose? Fulfill his intention? You used fulfill twice. Now could I accept her love when I tried to kill her that day? Naruto times Rias. Naruto times harem. Story completed at 230k words. Sequel is up.
Why do you do this to me?
2,500 reviews, 4,500 favorites. If this isn't actually just a meh level quality, I'm going to be very, very sad, and you guys will be as well, because I'm going to start drinking the vodka.
Just gonna start drinking your potato juice.
I'm just going to skip right over the hard cider and go straight to hard liquor. Actually, now that I mentioned that, I do have a 120 proof around here.
The reading of Naruto. Wait, what?
What?
Isley posted something with a chuckle. Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer's fan.
Oh yeah, apparently, yeah, no, the reading of is actually, like, it really got popular in the Ruby section, honestly.
No, I'm aware of what the reading of is, but someone took the time to say Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer's fan and set that as their profile.
Wait, what?
What?
The Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer's fan. I recently got this account, and Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer is letting me use his story, Naruto of the Twin Tails, and making a reading of story with it. I actually got started writing because I really liked reading his stories. I know you can't see my face right now, but...
And I'm quite grateful for that.
I just...
Like, my face broke a bit looking through that that little chapter.
Woo! Okay, I'm all set. Okay, just skip straight to the potato juice.
Already there, huh?
Yeah. A 10-year-old has C-cup breasts.
Well, Max, since Sneaky's already gone straight to the potato juice, you want to go play Monster Hunter?
Fuck you.
What, did you get it on PC?
I really should
No.
get it on PC.
PS4.
PS4.
Oh. Man, I barely touched the game. I said
Because I got
beta.
it dirt cheap from my store.
Of course you did.
Oh, I almost want to read this story out loud just for the level
No,
of
you don't.
cringe. involved right here. Alright, okay, yeah. You know what? No, we will read a little snippet and then we'll move on to the other previous story. I mean, Isley's been watching our podcast for a very long time.
God,
She's
Isley.
seen a lot.
Is Isley the longest watching viewer? No, I think Calvin is.
Calvin is. Actually.
But yeah, Calvin's not a
don't know.
consistent viewer, though.
Yeah, like Calvin might be our oldest, but Isley's been our most consistent. Isley, if you keep typing shit, I'm actually going to make you the resident degenerate role.
Just do it. She deserves it.
Every day, we stray further from the light of Muhammad Allah.
What the fuck?
One case of a bear. What does that mean? What does one case of a bear mean? How many bears do you fit in a case?
How big is the case?
That is the other question.
Or is this like a case of like a bear was involved?
Wait, why would a bear be involved in Naruto cucking Sasuke's family?
Right, Kage.
Wait, what?
Why? How is that? Why is that the most surprising ship I've ever seen for Naruto?
Actually, no, I've actually seen a couple of those. Usually, Raikage times Hinata is more along the lines of Hinata gets kidnapped and then brainwashed as a child and falls in love with the Raikage.
Oh, that's right. They did try to kidnap Hinata.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's less surprising.
Why is Naruto's daughter screwing a bear?
Wait, what?
I don't. You're not.
I have so many questions, and I want answers to none of them.
I was gonna say, I have so many questions, and I don't want any of them answered.
When people ask what's wrong with society today, I feel like we can just point at Isley from now on.
We live in a society.
I don't need to... Oh, please tell me about bear. You just mean like an overly
we are moving on. We're not asking any more questions that we do not want the answers to. We are ignoring this and we are moving on.
We will temporarily ban Isley from the chat?
No. Minato Namikaze and his wife Kushina Uzumaki looked around the room as they woke up to find they were in rooms they had never
So wait,
been in
you're telling me
before.
Minato was woke?
Yes. And they weren't the only ones there. Standing nearby were a white-haired man named Jiraiya, and next to him were Minato's 3 students, Obito Uchiha, Kakashi Hatake, and Rin Noihara. Standing up and leaning against the wall at the other side of the room was Tsunade Senju.
I want to back up a moment.
Excuse you?
I want to back up a moment, Sneaky. This is a momentous occasion. You actually pronounced Rin's last name correctly.
Wait, is that really how her name's pronounced?
Noihara. That's the first time I've ever heard you so fluidly pronounce a Japanese name without correction.
I didn't even do it on purpose.
Like, I could hear it. You were trying to fuck it up. Instead, you stumbled on the pronunciation. Oh, God.
Welcome to the world of living Minato. Oh, the living Minato.
Sneaky has finally achieved pronunciation.
Moth-san has arrived. Oh, good, Nexus. You're just in time for us to read a story of someone else who declares themselves a Fairy Tail Dragon Slayer fan reading someone else's story. So it's like, if someone had, like, if someone didn't flush in one of those public toilets after taking a massive shit, and then someone goes in there and then takes another shit on top of that shit, That's what this is. That's what we're currently looking at.
Oh, speaking of people that have no idea how to manage a toilet, we recently had to bleach all of the toilets at the place where I work because people weren't flushing, and that meant mold built up.
How do you not flush it?
I don't. They're animals.
It's just like that one time I walked into a
like,
restaurant's bathroom.
At least, oh my god.
Sneaky I'm just drinking. Now I have water everywhere, including my lungs. I was gonna say, it's like that one restaurant I went to the bathroom for, and on the wall is just a picture of a guy standing on a toilet and shitting in front of it, and it said, "Do not do this." And I just stood there and was like, at what point, what exactly happened that they needed to put a sign up for this? Like, it wasn't just a one single occurrence, clearly.
Because I was gonna say, because like that happens one time, somebody's an asshole.
Like, this was clearly a multiple time occurrence that the manager finally said, "Alright, look, we need to have a sign saying people stop standing on the toilet and shitting on the ground."
See, that's why all bathrooms have a drain in them. So you can just waffle stomp that away.
No. We're moving on again. Jiraiya said with a grin, having already come to terms with the fate that they had no way of getting out of this room. The room itself would grow to fit their needs, and in the middle of the room were 2 couches and 3 chairs. You know, it's at this moment I'm glad I do not have a web camera set up, because I said the word 3 and then held up 4 fingers at the wrong screen.
But here's the thing, you told us that. Why?
Because you two get it.
I mean, yes.
Oh, man. By the way, I've read like a handful of Blank Read's Blank Fix. God damn it. I want to see one where it's like, alright, you're stuck in a 2-room apartment. Get along, shitheads. Like, fuck, if you're gonna do this, make a story out of the story.
Yeah. Where are we? Minato asked as he held his 6 months.
What?
6 months. Pregnant.
I have several questions.
Wife, sit down
Does it
in one of the
actually
chairs.
say that?
Yes! As he held his 6 months pregnant. Wife, sit down.
He held his 6 Okay,
months pregnant. Wife, sit down. He held the wife sit down.
Not help, held.
He held the wife sit down in one of the chairs in the room, while he frowned when he noticed that he couldn't feel his chakra. It was there, but for some reason, it couldn't react to anything he wanted it to do.
No, hang on. If he couldn't feel it, how does he know it's still there?
Because fuck you.
Because magic.
No, magic's called chakra in the Naruto verse. Get it right.
Apparently, some really powerful person brought us here, and they want us to read that! Jiraiya said as he pointed at a book lying on top of the table. When was the table mentioned? Just now. And Minato took out a piece of paper off the top of the book and started reading it out loud. "Dear Konoha Ninja, you may not leave this room until you completely finish the book on the table. And once you finish the book, the one after it will appear. The book itself is about Naruto Uzumaki, the son of Minato and Kushina. Everyone in this room has been selected for the sole purpose that most of you played an important part in his life." So I would just like to make I would just like
that
to make
good
a
old
second mention.
Aunt.
Right?
Yeah, but that good old Aunt Rin playing a super important life and
Yes,
oh
yes,
wait.
Rin played such an important. But anyway, so as I was saying, little discrepancy here. They're about to read a story about a possibly knowing fairy tale dragon slayer, gay Fuda trap disabled Naruto.
Please tell me you're making that last part up.
It's fairy tale dragon slayer. All of his Narutos might as well be disabled.
Is that actually a thing?
I mean,
Hello? Yeah.
they're certainly retarded enough to be considered a mental disability.
Why are we doing this to ourselves again?
Money,
I don't
money,
know.
money!
People give us money occasionally.
Yeah, they do.
Naruto! Kushina mumbled as she gave her belly an affectionate rub. Wait, okay, a serious question here. Why is Kushina pregnant?
Why specifically pick 6-month-old?
Why is
6 month
6-month
Kushina?
pregnant Kushina here? Yeah.
Wait. Isn't Rin dead by this? Oh, Rin is
Yes!
dead by this point.
Yes! Several people are dead by this point.
Rin is dead. Obito should be filling. Obito should have showed up with White Zetsu still making up half of his body, just like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Yeah, so again,
Rin, why are you alive? What the hell is
moved
going
to sit next to Kushina on couch. Wait, I thought Kushina was in a chair.
Wait, who's sitting? I'm so confused.
Okay, so Kushina was apparently being held as they sat down in a chair. And then Tsunade sat next to Kushina on the couch they were on. And then Minato sat on her other side and placed an arm around her as he himself continued to read out loud. That is the most convoluted and dumb sentence I have read today. Which, I mean, isn't much. Well, no, actually, to be fair, I have read about, like, 3 different fan fictions of significant length today, because I did have a 12-hour show. Now, because...
Not to be rude, but shouldn't you have been, like, paying attention to a monitor or...
Oh, no, my job is
walking
actually to
around?
go places. That's someone else's job, to pay attention to the monitors. I just go where they tell me to.
Oh, good. So you've got the same downtime I do as an IT guy working at a school. There's like nothing to do, and you just sit there like, I could probably be writing
Yeah, but
or
I can't.
catching up on stuff, but I'd rather... I don't know about you, but it's like, I'd rather do my job.
I mean, I just read.
Just sit there.
I was just saying, but that's the problem. Like, even where I work, it's like, I've done everything. And I have to leave something for the next guy to do, so I guess I'll read.
Anyway. Now, because these are events of the future, there will be rules. The words in the book will only appear when you finish each chapter, so a single person may not read ahead. That sucks, said the young Uchiha, glared at the book for not being willing to give its answers up to single person. Screw you, Obito. You just got told off by a letter, Kakashi said neutrally. And Obito pouted lightly at it being true. Jesus Christ. This reads like Harry Potter and a large portrait of what might be Ash. He also wondered how the letter knew what he was going to say. Minato smirked lightly when he read what the letter said next. Because I am magic letter. Anyway, there is a TV on the wall that will show you certain scenes in the book, as well as a pictures when the times are right or under certain requests. With that said, I bid you good reading. This letter will self-destruct in 2 seconds. P.S. This message ended 2 seconds ago. Lol. Boom. Minato's head
Wikipedia, I think
exploded.
I'm funny.
So,
What?
apparently this is supposed to be a humor story.
Very poorly done.
Yeah.
This is wow. Holy crap! He is in the room! Kushina shouted when she realized where he was. This was perhaps the only time they would ever hear about being in womb from person viewpoint. What?
No.
No, C8, you can't even say that. You were not here for the time we read a Naruto story that claimed in its summary it was a heavy plot, no dialogue story.
Hey, remember, it's still not as bad as the one where Naruto was reading a book, changing his clothes, and what was the third thing?
He was looking at the sunset, rubbing his chin while putting clothes on
right.
and reading a book.
That's right, rubbing his chin. That's what I forgot.
I've read this story before. It gets worse, much worse. Why would you read this story? It's Fairy Tale Dragon Slayer. Almost all of it is fetishistic, fucked up shit.
And look, I don't normally like to judge people for their fetishes. Like, I really don't care what you do. But he writes some really messed up stuff.
Like that one Ruby Naruto story where the Death God was like, I hate Uzumakis, and he took Naruto and Kushina, mashed them into one body, and it was like Kushina but smaller and with a dick, and they were both still
Oh no,
cognizant.
please not that one.
I mean, that's the least messed up thing he's written.
Please not that one. Please, just nothing from this man.
Does he have 5 arms? Oh, he's got a lot more than 5 arms. Anyway. So this is part of the actual story. Damn it! I was thinking I would just be a baby, not actually be in the womb, Naruto thought in annoyance. Oh well, he could still feel his chakra in his body, so he could at least trade it while he was waiting to be born. If the Kyuubi was still inside him, his reserves would be monstrous. Actually, correction there, this is actually a fanon theory that the Kyuubi is the reason why Naruto's chakra reserves are monstrous. We do have canonical proof that even without the Kyuubi, Naruto's still a chakra juggernaut.
Yeah, and part of that comes...
Given who his parents are, he better be.
Yeah, well, part of it is, like, Uzumakis are known for stupidly large reserves anyways. Like, it is a hereditary thing.
Yeah.
Like...
We don't have a bloodline. We just have massive amounts of bullshit.
Yeah, like, I think Karen just happened to be on, like, the lower end for Uzumaki genes.
Yeah, like, Naruto...
And then there's shit like, don't forget, Nagato. Nagato existed. Nagato had a shit ton of chakra to throw around.
Yeah, no, like seriously though, Naruto is, like, ridiculous. Like, Naruto's chakra levels are dumb.
It's like, that's one of the best things about it too. It's like, if you didn't have the Nine Tails, like, actually, if he didn't have the Nine Tails, he'd only be making like a third of the clones.
He would still be a freaking juggernaut.
It's like, oh no.
I would say basically what they did was they took a giant battery and they attached another battery to it. That's what they did.
Oh,
no, they took a car battery and said, we're gonna just hook it up with this truck battery too.
Bake, why?
What? No, I don't want to know.
Sailor uniform from Kill la Kill, the bubble power from JoJo, sadism from Akeno, and he's a Shota trap.
None of what you just said should exist.
What? No. The less I I want you to do me a favor. Find a way to rewind time and take those words away from being.
Rewind time. If the Kyuubi was still inside him, but if he trained in the womb, they would be insanely unreal. He could also claim to be first baby to ever train in womb, since physical training was out big time. Now, even outside of womb, he already training. This baby has the most determination I have ever seen, Kakashi commented for the first time, and everyone nodded lightly at how weird that was. Training child Shoilanders was one thing.
Oh my god, what is this sentence structure?
But an unborn baby training while in the room was just freaking.
Oh. I haven't had a laugh this good in a while.
This is dumb.
Don't forget all the incest and lolicon he put in. Jesus fucking Christ, fairy tale. I fucking hate this man so goddamn much.
I like the sin count, by the way, Sneaky.
Thank you. I thought it was a nice touch.
I mean, I wouldn't say anything that we're dealing with here is nice, but...
He started exercise by using chakra over his body to lighten up inside of womb with very dull light. Wouldn't that just make your stomach glow?
It's like when you put a flashlight bulb behind your finger.
Like, she just takes her shirt off one day, she's gonna have sex with Minato, and just her fucking stomach just starts flashing in colors.
Listen, I don't know about you, that would make it impossible. I'd be like, I can see our child, this isn't gonna work.
I just can't do it.
Either that, or you'd have to like stare directly into their eyes the entire time.
Or, you know, she has to go to the bathroom at nighttime, and she's like, ah, shit, I don't want to turn the light on. She just lifts her shirt up, and just fucking starts.
This is getting so much worse the longer you two think on this.
Oh.
Oh god.
And this cider is getting better the longer I drink it. Next to him was, like himself, a still developing baby with tiny cat ears and a tail sticking from the bottom of her spine. Oh, so he's a twin. Oh, Naruto, the twin tails. So they're both Neko.
Oh, here I thought it was gonna be Naruto and or it was the twin tail, whatever thing.
I thought it was going to be the hairdo, but no, it's
gotta be the
literally
twin tails.
Twin tails. Yeah, I just realized it's been almost 2 months since I started watching the podcast. Time flies fast. Yes, it does. Also, question mark. Supposedly all these characters were brought together to read how much impact they had on Naruto and his sister's story, but at the same time, it's just like 6 months in, Kushina's pretty damn sure at this point she's only having one kid, and now she's reading about how apparently she's having twins who are also half cat. And Minato's gotta be looking at Kushina like, you bitch. He does indeed fuck both of his sisters. Oh, Bake, baby, why do you do this to me?
I think someone needs to sit down with him and show him pictures of the European monarchies and illustrate to him why fucking your sister is a terrible plaid.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus.
It does not produce good children.
This is totally weird. I wonder which of us will be the older twin.
What? How are they talking in the fucking womb?
Naruto thought as he channeled chakra through the inside of his body until he started to exhaust his supply and fell asleep to the beating of the woman's heart. Wait, so actually, quick question here. If a baby was in fact using chakra inside the mother while they were still attached to the mother, both by, by blood and nerves and shit, maybe nerves? Do nerves grow? No, I don't think nerves grow into the womb. I think it's just blood. Anyway, point being, would the baby be using the mom's chakra?
Maybe it could. This is a stupid question. We shouldn't be having to fucking consider.
I'm not even going to sit here and theorize. This is too stupid. And you and I have theorized some stupid shit.
We have theorized some pretty.
Max, you theorized the inner dimensions of a bullhead.
Hey, that was legitimate work, okay?
That I had to make use of some old math that I thought I would never use in the real world, working simple IT.
Oh my
different.
Jesus Christ. Okay, that was weird, Naruto thought as the woman's heartbeat started to pick up and he felt his twin moving around like crazy next to him. He stirred in anticipation of finally being born, but he knew something could go wrong if he tried to fight his already moving sister for a position of firstborn. It was annoying that her tiny feet were hitting him, but he would let her exit first. Such a ladies' man and not even out of the womb, Rin said with a giggle.
That's his sister. You people stop encouraging this deviancy.
I just don't
This is the most interesting baby in the world. Obito said, like the interesting ninja beer commercial he loved.
The most interesting ninja beer commercial he loved listening to on the radio. Okay.
We're moving on.
Yes, please do.
But before they start having sex inside the womb, we're moving on. Alright, so we got some reviews for Naruto D times D Purpose of Living. We got one here. Got bored, didn't know what was going on during the second chapter, and gave up. It's not mistake-free. I'm not saying that to troll you, so don't smite me with a banhammer. But no, in all seriousness, it was a totally great opening to a story. It gave hints to things while not giving it all. Introductions are thought out and descriptive. And I'm curious as to how Naruto can use the Susanoo. Only problem I had was tenses and the spellings. Minor grammatical problems, no biggie. Sorry for the long review. Let's see. This is great story. This is great story. This is great story. This is great. This is literally that same person. Jesus Christ, my dude. Did you really do this to every single chapter? Oh my god, he did. He actually went and reviewed every single chapter and said, "This is great story. Thank you for sharing." Okay. Let's get into it.
Glad we know what we're dealing with.
Yep. Distressed moth noises. Yep, sorry, moth. Damn it, Sneaky. Now I have to look for stories of womb copulation. Please don't. Wait. Yeah, no, yeah, they weren't. Yeah. Wait. It's his original account. Wait. I know this author. Oh god. Give us the down low, C8. Give us the down low. What the fuck is happening on our Discord? Oh. Oh, I got it. I got hard cider in my ear now. Oh,
Wait,
this is
what?
weird.
What did you do?
You know that little tube that goes from your inner ear into your mouth so it drains the fluid?
Yeah?
Sometimes the fluid goes the other way for me, and so now I have hard cider in my inner ear. It'll come out eventually. She's the sister of a brother-sister fanfic writing family. Yagami is her brother! Oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, that's where that last name part comes from.
Of course.
No.
So Sneaky. I decided to take a look at the author's page since I'm not logged into fanfiction, so I don't have to worry about that horseshit that's apparently been running around.
Yeah, or you just not click on profiles.
This author adopted a reading of story from another author, and that reading of story is for the story the author has written here, Purpose of Living.
Wait. This author adopted a reading of story, which was the reading of The Purpose of Living, which was their story.
Yes. How far up your own ass do you have to be?
Jesus Christ.
And they have two of these stories. There are two readings of Purpose of Living. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so, to those who are unaware, we've previously covered Yagami Nugen stories, and we also had, Kilm, also known as a Cruel Room, come on and talk about Yagami, because he actually worked with Yagami at one point in time to write a story, and he ended up separating with Yagami due to the gratuitous and ill-described sex acts that Yagami enjoyed putting in his story, as well as nonsensical plot to perpetuate such.
I would say, honestly, I think it was the nonsensical plot that got him to stop.
14-inch dicks, womb penetration, and etc. etc. Yeah, they're bad.
All of those things are messed up. All of them.
They're honestly disturbing shit in terms of like, not like the fetish itself, but the fact that someone's like, yeah, I'm gonna write about this. And it's just like, is this what you spend your day thinking about? Because if so, you have.
If so, you're good. It's like the people who are like, boy, someday I want to marry Kushina. Well, you're gonna be real fucking disappointed then, ain't you?
I got some bad news for you, buddies. Imagine honestly with a monocle and a.
Because I was gonna say, because I think currently, what's the longest dick on record? I'm sure there's a Guinness World Record for it.
Okay, at this point, I honestly don't know if Isley's trolling us with the Atin/Max thing she's been doing recently.
Well, I mean, you two are clearly just a Gestalt, so.
Zex, yeah, I think you're gonna have to delete that screen cap there, bud.
Do I?
Possibly.
Adopted from Shokuzuma. Smut. Getting bored of her relationship with Ares, the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite, decides to dump him and find another man to occupy her bed. So she picks Naruto Uzumaki. However, instead of a happy, goofy, original Naruto, what is he, a store product? She gets the Chinese...
I went down to the store and I bought myself the $12.99 Naruto. I wasn't willing to pay for the 24 one.
She decided to bring the cheap knockoff of the dark one from an alternate world to her bed, attracted by his violent and savage nature.
This better be a troll.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying it though for the unique story picture to go with that screen cap.
Yeah. It's by Yagami, I'm not even surprised. Underworld, unknown location. A man with a handsome face and silver hair looked at the scene before him and smirked in excitement. The battle he saw was fantastic. It made the Great War between the three factions nearly 200 years ago look like a battle between kids. These shinobi, kunoichi, and samurais, their power was exceptional. He wished he could have them at his command. They would be an unstoppable army at the war he was going to start with all the factions. A black-haired boy caught attention as his powers were based on the name of the Eastern gods. Amaterasu, that flame was far greater than the strongest power of destruction of the Baal clan, never-ending flame that could burn anything to nothing. Not to mention the power of Susanoo. It was so great and powerful it could even defeat the strongest Dragon King, Taminin. It's too bad the boy had returned to the light and chose to protect the world.
Are we
instead.
reading a fucking World of Warcraft story? I know we aren't, but that's what this feels like. The boy has returned to the light.
We will heal your scars. I am my scars. That was actually a really great moment. For those who have not played WoW recently, there was a cutscene in which Illidan was like, "Yo, hey, I'm gonna go kill the shit out of demons," and the Naru, the gods of light, were like, "Yo, hey, I'm actually the head god of Naru, and you actually have a really big destiny with us. So I'm just gonna heal all the fel out of you and infuse you with light instead." And Illidan's like, actually, get fucked, because, I already did this circus one time, and it's not happening again. And then he kills the head god of the light.
Yeah, not...
And?
Sorry about that. What I was going to say was, Illidan's had some dark moments, but that's probably his dumbest.
No, it was a really good scene. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I'm not saying it wasn't a great scene. I'm saying it's one of his dumbest moments.
Why would
Like,
that be a dumb moment?
dumbest things Illidan's ever done, 2010.
I mean, to be fair, though, there really wasn't any other way he was getting out of that.
Yeah, but, like, he could have just left.
No, he couldn't have. He was being force choked in the air.
Oh, right,
and
right.
infused with the light. And the Naru god was like, "I'm literally going to rape you with my light dick." And Illidan
Somehow
was
I
like,
doubt Blizzard wrote that.
No, but that's pretty much what was happening. Like, his scars are being turning green to bright yellow, and like his eyes were shining bright yellow. And then at the last second, he was just like, "Fuck you, eye laser," and blew him up. It was a good scene, honestly. He also screamed, "I am my scars" at the highest volume point possible.
Of course he did.
Also, I have to say, probably one of the funniest quest hubs I've ever seen. because there's 3 people that give out quests for that area, and one guy's like, "You must save everyone," and the other guy's like, "You must help gather resources to build these war machines to protect the people." And then Illidan is just like standing on literally a mountain of corpses at one point, and he's like, "Go kill the shit out of some demons." Just like, yeah, Illidan knows what's up. Anyway, let's keep going. The Blizzard writers continue. There's still some humor in there. There's still some good moments. Let's see. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah, how could he live in a village with so much hatred? And he still loves them all. He should have killed all the filthy humans. And the silver-haired man was amazed at the boy's belief in his promises. He never broke promises ever, no matter what happened. Someone like him will be a fine addition to his army. Not to mention the power he housed. He had known about Yasaka, the leader of the Yokai faction and the strongest Kyuubi at the moment, with the strength that could rival a Dragon King. But the power of Kurama, the Kyuubi, sealed inside the boy, could make Yasaka ran off with her tails between her legs. That actually sounds a bit difficult to do since she, has nine tails. That's like maybe bow legs she's running away. When the blonde-haired shinobi took the fox's power, this war became far more exciting. And he could also use senjutsu, and he was amazing, and he was fantastical, and blah blah blah. There was a spell he could use to enable transport through dimensions. And he was going to bring the boy to his world and make him be completely under his command. A few days later, Ria-sama, please, you have to slow down. No way, Eku. Enku? A cheerful voice shouted out.
Enku.
Anyway, saw a giant creature of a height of blah blah blah. It's an Asian dragon, and it's chasing after Raya's. The citizens smiled at the common scene. And blah 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 blah. The streets of Lilith. Blah 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 blah. Eku and Rias were the bestest of friends. Blah 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 blah.
A bunch of nonsense that everybody already knows isn't true.
Yes. The Jesus tap dancing Christ. The author is really jacking off Naruto, isn't he? Yeah, pretty much. Boy, this is even a third of what.
Well, you see, the author has to do it in writing because they can't do it in real life.
Until they sew a dildo onto a body pillow. Don't be silent. You know what happened.
No, A, I know what happened. B, I was trying to forget that I knew that.
Blah blah blah. She just wished her best friend Akeno and little Koneko were here right now, but they were training at her brother's castle, and no matter how much she tried, her parents didn't let them play with her until nighttime. Blah 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 blah. Knights in shining armor because she was an otaku. She was a Japanophile, so she dreamed about knights in shining armor.
What?
No.
How about no? Raya slid into an alleyway and blah 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 blah. Eku couldn't find her anymore. She pulled out a ribbon and put it on her head to hide her face with a cap. Being a princess, she's not, and the next heir to a big family was a huge burden. I guess. Even though Rias was just 10 years old, also technically isn't her little brother the actual heir? Like, in canon? I don't think females can be heirs in D times D canon.
I know nothing about D times D, so...
Anyway, Nah, that's not how ribbons work at all. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. What she needed, right? Okay, so I also want to point out something. She's got like noticeably red hair, and like everyone comments on how red her hair is and how unusual that is. I really don't think putting your hair in a bow and then putting a hat on is going to really stop them from going, oh hey, it's Rias.
Also, you look weird.
Also, yeah, you look a bit weird. Even though Rias was only 10 right now. And then she crashed into someone, and she's groaning in pain. And she looked at the boy, who was also in pain. Get off of me! Her cheeks reddened, and the position she was in. Really, she knows about sex already at 10 years old? I mean, I know they're devils, but come on. Come on. Come on. She tried to, oh my god, she tried to get up, but her roller skates had a different idea and kept slamming her pelvis into his.
What? These are children.
No, I was just kidding. She's actually sitting on his face.
These are children.
That is not better.
She's the heiress, her brother... No, her younger brother. Okay, next in line, okay. The timeline is extremely poorly drawn out, yeah. Her cheeks reddened a little again, and, she screamed and stood up with better balance. The boy stood up, and Rias had a good view of him. The boy was no older than her now, so apparently he also got time traveled by transporting him into the different dimension? Question mark? His hair was blonde, but golden. His eyes were blue! And his face had 3 faint whisker marks on each side, making his face even cuter. Literally 10! Like, look, I'm not a poster child of, like, normal levels of sexual attraction. But I can almost confidently say that at 10 years old, I was not sexually attracted to other 10-year-olds. Am I the only one?
Or anything at all?
Like, at all, really?
Like,
I'm pretty sure even our resident deviant Isley wasn't. Isley, if the answer to that, if I'm mistaken in that, don't tell me.
Let's just say I have unusual tastes. Are you, Isley, are you attracted to 10-year-olds, or were you 10-year-old and attracted to things?
it took till around... I like that you completely misread had as have, making her statement far worse than it actually was.
Good job, Sneaky.
Like, Sneaky, at that point, you were like 3 steps away from libel. Or, sorry, it's slander, isn't it? Slander is vocal.
I don't know, Google it. I always forget.
I do too. Like, all I know is that you just yell libel and slander, and one of those is right.
Well, because the reason why you can usually say both of them together is usually there is also, so libel is the written word of you just saying, like, oh, they had, blah, 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 blah. But then slander...
That's like me writing a report saying that Donald Trump fucked the baby. Obviously, that's not true.
Slander, where, like, you could even put your own quotes in, or you can make up quotes, and it becomes slander because that is quoting speaking. So libel and slander typically can go hand in hand because people tend to make fake stories with quotes from people to make it look more legitimate. So it's also a misattribution of verbal. So, yeah. I blah blah blah. Touched his whiskers. What do you think you're doing? Sorry for bumping into you. Don't worry about that. Rias quickly thought about a fake name. My name is Hajime Keno. I'm Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. That. Did you really, author? Did you really just have Rias give the Japanese way of saying?
Did.
Consistency, thy name is hidden. The boy, now named Naruto, smiled warmly at her. So, Keno-chan, what are you doing anyway? I hope you're not playing Crash Into Someone game.
When will the pain stop?
I'm crawling in my crawl.
Just God, let it end.
Blah 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 blah. Oh, so Keno-chan, it looks like you're from a rich family, eh?
I'm sorry, Isley, what game are you trying to say actually exists in Chicago?
The Crash Into People game?
I mean, the second one, absolutely. Here's the thing. As far as I know, people don't try to crash into you in Chicago.
My
It still
favorite,
happens, but they're not trying.
My favorite was the punch people in the back of head game that got people shot and killed.
Oh yeah, the knockout game that very quickly devolved.
That very quickly
Into
devolved
violence.
into cases of self-defense where people were killed.
Yeah, because if someone comes up behind me and smacks me on the back of the head, my
Yeah,
only reasonable interpretation is they're trying to do something terrible to me.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because the problem is the reason why it knocked people out is that little section of the back of your head is like a super important and vulnerable section of your body, and like
Sneaky, I'm aware.
I know,
because
I'm just-
mine is even more vulnerable because of a hole in my
I'm
skull.
explaining to people more than you.
They don't matter. They're figments of your imagination.
Look, my figments have voices and they like to be acknowledged.
Eh.
So anyway, super vulnerable part of your head, and like you can get hit by a car, you can get hit by boulders. People have survived falling off ridiculous things and just getting up and walking it off. That little section of your body, if that gets hit a little too hard, your skull could pop off, your spine could crush itself, your brain could fuck itself. Like, there is so much that could go wrong in that one section that if someone tries to hit you there, you can actually, in the US at least, count that as a murder attempt.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, most certainly, and it's always. I'm not gonna lie. Some of my favorite things when that was going around was like, so here's an example of what happens when you miss.
Yeah.
You're very quickly put 6 feet under.
Oh,
Depending on what part of the state you're in.
Well, no, I
that
was
was
saying,
that was a
even
great
when
video.
you
though.
don't miss, sometimes a random passerby will shoot you.
Yeah,
that,
like
that was two of those. Both those videos were great. Whether they-
depending on what part of the country you're in. Yeah, that's you just no, you don't do that in certain parts. Like
Look, you shouldn't do it, period.
No,
I
you
forget
really
what it
shouldn't.
was. It was like either a
Well, like-
veteran cop or it was a veteran from the military, and they like tried to do it to him, and he just fucking like pulls out a pistol and fires and drops the guy. And I was just like, you fucking deserved that.
There's,
Oh yeah, I felt no sympathy for the people that got shot because they did something absolutely retarded.
yeah. But no, and like I was using the word don't because there's a very clear difference between shouldn't and don't. You should not be a horrible human being.
Yes.
There are places where you just do not even consider being a horrible human being because there's someone probably 3 times worse than you right around the corner you're about to piss off.
Great, thanks,
Yeah.
Max. Thanks, Atin.
What?
Apparently, Nexus is my angry figment and says "fuck you, Atin." Isley says is apparently my libido, and Pedro slash C8, the Brazilian, is apparently my xenophobia.
No, that's Arn.
Arn's the xenophobia. Isley and Bake were just immediately like, nah, it's Arn. Oh boy.
I mean, if we're going that we're all figments of his imaginations, clearly Max is the deeply repressed good part of him.
No, you two aren't figments of my imagination.
No, and don't forget, like, we're the imaginary friends from the age of 6 that he holds on
Exactly.
to in the desperate hope he's not alone.
Exactly.
Ah,
We're figments of his imagination. We're not figments of his personality.
right.
I'm his hate for Mexicans.
Oh god.
I like that there's a specific segment of his soul reserved for that.
We're gonna get. Oh god, this channel is going to get knocked the fuck off Twitch one day.
No, see, all we have to do is bring on a big-chested goth girl and we're fine.
No.
Oh, you just happen to know those, do you?
No, I don't, which is why we have to find one. I'm Brazilian, fight me. BR, 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 BR. So now...
Oh god. Alright, guys, we're just gonna solve this now. Anyone asking, am I his hate for blank? The answer is no. Arn is his hate for everything. Alright?
Well, no, Arn doesn't hate Norway. I hate Norway, so, you know, Arn's not my hate for everything.
Okay, everything but Norway is just Arn.
Nexus, if you have to be something, you would be patriotism. Wait. Anyway, so blah 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 roller skates that would grow with her no matter how big she became. And they were super expensive and she's a spoiled brat, blah 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 blah. Having a family is cool, isn't it? Naruto smiled sadly and began to walk away. Hashtag dialogue. A little sad that this boy was an orphan. He's a lot more than an orphan.
I have so many questions.
With her roller skate speed, it was easy for her to catch up to him. Wait, Naruto-kun, do you want to go over there and eat food? I will pay for it. While they ate food at the food store, Rias and Naruto talked about a lot of things.
Oh my god, it actually says that while eating at the food store. Generic food store.
Beep boop, I would like to go to the food store. Human.
I'm sorry, I'm now just entertained by the idea that there's just a chain of stores that's just called the food store, all lowercase.
Okay, look.
Where
if
are
that
you?
place
I need your
existed,
help.
let's be real, it would exist in the South so that people... the food store. That's what it would be, and everyone would go there because they know exactly what it is.
Max, where are you? I need your help. I'm buying clothes. Well, buy them and hurry up. I can't find anything. What do you mean you can't find anything? It's just so...
And then some fucking smartass cunt on the internet found out that there was an actual clothing store called Soup.
What's that?
What?
Yeah, have you not seen this? Have you not seen the Soup store sketch from Code Mint?
No!
Oh,
Even
hang
better
on.
is the Dark Souls one.
Hang on. Oh wait, there's a Dark Souls equivalent. Yo, send me this right now.
Yeah, the Pruld made it, by the way.
Ah, I probably have seen this one. Then I don't know. How new is it?
Not old.
Oh, it's old. It's old. I probably saw it. It's just been for fucking ever. Yo, is Pearl dead?
Maybe. He's still commenting on other people's videos.
When's part 3 of the Dark Souls adventure? God damn it.
Not soon enough. Yeah, that seems about right.
Oh. Oh, God.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you and I have actually lived through that sketch at least once, Sneaky, in our Dark Souls.
Where are you putting the sign? On the stairs! What stairs? The stairs at the top! What stairs at the top?
Oh, boy.
No, we have lived through that multiple times, including at one point.
One day we should just do like a Dark Souls stream with the three of us,
Oh,
and we'll just
God.
ride together.
No. Oh, God. Pearl's videos are glorious. They honestly are.
I just wish we would get, was it episode 3?
Yeah. I want episode anything from him. Honestly, I just want something.
Maybe we can get him to dub over some, like, Dark Souls fix.
Oh, God.
That would count as anything, right?
Play the Bloodborne Chalice dungeons. I don't own Bloodborne. I also can't stream PS games, so.
Yeah. I own Bloodborne.
Oh, speaking of
Chalice
which, so
dungeons were fun.
I don't know if you guys like watch Vadi Video a lot, but
No,
apparently
not really.
there's like 50 Chalice dungeons or like 100 Chalice dungeons or something, but because of a bug, only 13 of them are available.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I remember going through 13, and I remember one of the big things was like, oh yeah, there's supposed to be like a bunch that are just randomized that didn't end up happening.
Well, and because of that, there's a bunch of bosses that like no one's ever seen.
But no, it's like it's not.
No. Those are some of those are actually just cut content.
Yeah,
I know some of them are, but
no, like some of those Chalice dungeons are. Some of them are intentionally cut because they are actually dev rooms.
But
most of the bosses that were supposed to be in the game are in the game, but
Yeah.
there's a handful that, due to that Chalice dungeon issue, weren't properly implemented.
Gotcha.
Hold on, I actually have to know if this is real.
What? The dev room Chalice dungeon?
No. The food store. Holy shit!
No. The food store. What is ZA again?
I don't know.
The food store was established in 1981. They opened a shop in their Main Street home.
Tampa, Florida magazine. Oh, so this is Florida. Of course, Florida has a place called the food store.
This is what we're reduced to!
Of course, it's somewhere in the South.
Iowa! Here, we got Iowa!
I was right!
We got Iowa, the food store in Iowa.
The
I
food
could go
store,
visit that.
deli, grocery, cafe.
Listen, if you ever come out to visit me, we're gonna have to go.
God damn it. Hey, where do you want to go? I want to go to the food store. Which one? No, the food store. Yeah, which one? No, the food store.
Fucking Abbott and Costello sketch waiting to happen.
Oh boy. Kinda want to play Bloodborne now.
Well, no one's gonna stop you.
Well, there is one thing stopping me. I think I uninstalled it a while back because I platinumed it and did literally everything.
Yeah, so blah blah blah.
I mean,
blah.
that's a decent
They
enough
talked a bunch and blah blah blah. She told them everything about herself, and blah 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 blah. Naruto was super kind and so funny, and blah blah blah. They had to separate, and Rias realized she never wanted to leave Naruto because he made her happy and was the first friend that didn't treat her like a princess.
You've known him for like 10 minutes, you insane motherfucker.
To be fair, Atin, kids bond very easily.
Well, I
Kids are
cannot,
stupid.
Sean. I get.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like
I
it's
never
not until
bonded.
it's not until you get to the age of 12 and 13 where you're like, wow, other humans are assholes.
Okay, maybe it took you that long.
Yeah, maybe
I
it took-
realized that at like age 6.
Yeah,
Because I was the kid that didn't play sports and had glasses.
I'm with Atin on this one.
It probably helped that I was always big for my age, I guess.
I was small until freshman year of high school, and then in sophomore year, people stopped picking on me when I sent someone to the hospital. So, yeah, I'm not exactly with you there on that one on what normal childhood opinions should be.
Yeah, but no, like, listen, because I was wearing glasses since I was 2 years old. I was getting bullied for my glasses.
Wait, how were you?
Literally
fat in
as long as
Brazil?
I have been able to form memories.
How were you obese in Brazil? Did you eat other people? Did you eat other children?
Jeez, Sneaky.
God damn it, Sneaky. Okay, well, Isley, listen, overly friendly, at least for me, that just makes me suspicious, because people don't like me. I'm not a likable person, so when someone's friendly with me, I'm like, the fuck do you want?
I am an exceedingly unlikable person, so when people are nice to me, I'm just like, what the fuck do you want from me? What are you trying to curry out of me?
I'm broke, I'm a college student, I'm not good looking, I don't get what your angle is. There's nothing to be gotten.
I was a trusting child. And I was talking one time with some family members when I was going to get on a flight in an airport, and between now and 6 years ago, I don't quite remember when because it's not really important. Point being is I was talking to someone, I think it was my father, and I actually had a Vietnam Army vet, come up to me and said, "You are more cynical than my sergeant." I was just like, "Oh, oh, that hurts. That actually hurts a bit. Gonna be honest."
I believe it.
Then he also recommended that I should go to March to Success to take my Army Aptitude test. Because I was talking about
listen. At one point, someone recommended that I enter the military. I'm like, do you really, really want me to be trained how to use a gun? They were like, you know what? Stay out of the Army.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the first reaction there should have actually been, well, when you put it like that.
Pedro, I have no idea what you just said. Caution is for people who are positive, and onions make you sad, so negative?
Yeah.
What? What?
Apparently, Isley appears to understand what Sia is
Well,
saying.
of course, Isley gets it. That's not exactly points in your corner, though. And on to
Oh.
Patty.
No, Isley. Okay, it's not a common saying here.
It's not a common saying at all. If you know where to look, Isley.
It's a common saying.
That
if you know
defeats
where
the
to
purpose
look.
of the term common.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
Isley, look, I'm sure that you, as the fetish master extraordinaire, are really good at knowing where to find obscure, creepy shit. But
wait,
that doesn't apply to common sayings.
Anyway, so I never want to leave you again, Naruto. I'm gonna bring you back to my home. No, Akeno-chan, I can't be friends with you. You do not deserve me. Don't worry about me. I will be fine.
What?
Let us make a promise, Akeno-chan. If you have free time, play with me, and I will wait for you. If you don't come tomorrow, I will wait for you every day until you come for me. What are you, Saber and Shiro?
Boy, these are very, very world-weary 10-year-olds.
yeah.
Sure, shoot, Isley. Yeah, go for it, Isley. Shoot. We're done with this freaking stupid shit. Jesus Christ. Tomorrow, Naruto, I will tell you my true name.
Oh my god, it is Saber and Shiro.
It's almost.
Naruto Uzumaki!
That's-
I'm here to
that's-
kill the sister of Sir Zex Lucifer.
Huh.
And then Naruto realized that he was looking at Rias.
Isley, bad people came up with those. Bad people.
It's almost 8 p.m. Central. Haven't even made it through the first chapter.
That's
Nexus,
fine.
that's because it's garbage!
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea of Miss Militia times Vista fanfics? I found 2 of them because people are weird. I don't know.
Like I said, Sneaky, bad people. Bad people came
also,
up with them.
considering the story I'm writing, reading a Sophia times Taylor fic was uncomfortable. Okay, I've actually seen a couple of those, and they've been...
I mean, Ring does it reasonably well.
It's still disturbing, though. Even though it's well written,
Yes.
it's still disturbing as fuck. And like, I don't think it's possible to write that sort of fic without it being disturbing, because of just how distorted both of their worldviews are.
Well, because it's the abuser shacking up with the abused. That's always going to be messed up.
Well, not just that. It's just both of their worldviews alone. Like, even if they weren't abuser and abused.
Yes.
It's just like... It would be like... I don't know... Female murder Shiro shacking up with Shiro.
I'm sorry, female what?
Female murder Shiro. So basically, Shiro, but with tits, and completely opposite worldview.
Why not just say that instead?
So, a gender bent Archer Emiya. with
Isley
normal
knows!
shit.
Yeah! Isley seen it!
What?
Hang on.
Well, you thought I
Wait.
made that up?
Wait.
You thought that was a joke?
Hang on.
I
hang-
was
hang on.
praying.
Can we back up?
Alright.
What?
What?
I'm so confused by what was just said. Are we talking about female Gilgamesh from Prisma Ilia?
No. Female murder Shiro. So, like, think of a Shiro, but with tits, and wants to murder everyone. But, you know, Shiro.
So gender bent Imia Alter.
Yes. Times Shiro.
With normal. I'm thinking of, I think, one of the primary antagonists for Prisma Ilia 2 or 3, season 2 or season 3.
Alright, Isley, seriously?
Isley.
I do not sound like Max!
It's just... Isn't it funny how I can accept just about anything Nasu writes for his shit? The moment someone says something that Nasu could totally come up with, I just have to...
I don't understand how they think we are the same person, Max.
Are you sure they're talking about Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland?
What?
Bake is claiming that you guys are talking about Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland, apparently.
No. No.
He claims that's the alcohol talking. Have you ever even watched Dead Man Wonderland?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's what I figured.
Oh, hey! Well, that's definitely a murder, Lolly.
You're both basically the same person. Well, excuse
Max
me.
is a much better person than me, and I'm much more cynical.
Yeah, like... Come on now. Can't remember
Or rather, I should say Max is a more positive person than me. I'm not as bad a human being as I pretend to be most of the time.
Isley, here's a good way to separate the two. Max sounds like a cultured person, while Atin sounds like that, like, shady salesman who's got, like, a crackly voice because they drank and smoked too much. You want to buy a death stick?
Fuck you.
I like that you decided to go with Max sounds like a cultured person, even though I have the lowest standards in this group.
Well, you know, it's all about subverting expectations here. Like, you wouldn't think me, like, that I would be social enough to host a podcast for 4 hours a week. You wouldn't think you, who sounds like a cultured intellectual, to have basically no fucking standards and to read absolute drac. You know, it's all about subverting standards here. And then Atin's Atin.
Any rebuttal there, Atin?
Sneaky's a piece of shit. This is not news to anyone.
Okay.
Atin has the higher voice between everyone.
Matt, wait, Sneaky, we both have to go deeper. Oh, God.
I actually want you to go deeper, Sneaky.
I mean, if Isley's telling me to go deeper.
I mean, I could find some just no effort fix I used to
Atin
read.
is chaotic
sure.
sarcastic. No. Atin's lawful sarcastic. I'm chaotic sarcastic.
No, you're just chaotic asshole.
Chaotic asshole. I'll accept that.
No, Isley, it's not time to crack out the weird shit. Don't do that.
No, okay. Isley, when I say I have low standards, I mean I'm willing to forgive, like, mistakes, poor writing, a lot of stuff. does not mean I'm going to sit here and listen to degenerate horse shit.
Who told you to kill my sister? It looked like Naruto didn't saw Ria's face yet, because
why
he
are we
was
back to
still
this?
looking directly at Surzek's eyes. Tell me and I will make your death faster and less painful. How generous, Lucifer Sama. Naruto said with his blade ready at his side. Surzek couldn't believe that this child was ready to fight him. He cursed whoever had used this child to do something like taking another child's life. But I won't say anything. All for my master. Naruto sighed and disappeared from their sight, only to reappear in front of Surzek, swinging his blade at him. But Sojuki Okita, Surzek's knight, was faster than him and blocked the attack with his own katanas. But his eyes widened when Boy smirked. His blades began to crackle with electricity and slowly cut through Soji blades, making everyone's eyes widen in shock. Seeing his friend couldn't handle the boy alone, Beowulf jumped in and sends powerful kick to Boy's stomach and sent him flying out window to garden of the castle. Peerage quickly brought out their wings and jumped out of the window while Enknu stayed to protect Rias. Surzek's eyes widened when he jumped out of window. He felt familiar feeling of senjutsu above him and turned around only to come face to face with massive swirling blue energy orb head straight to him and his peerage. Bring out his hand to block the attack. He couldn't believe the force behind it and was slowly being pushed down to the ground with his barrage. Luckily for him, Bahamut had flown down to Boy and tried to bite him with his massive jaw, and the boy jumped out of the way first with orb disappeared, making everyone sigh in relief. But their eyes began to widen again when Boy appeared above Bahamut's head. With his hand rose high into sky. Lightning began to appear in sky, and when Naruto brought his hand down, massive bolt of lightning in form of a Kirin hit straight into Bahamut's body with massive boom.
Sneaky, we finally found what it took to put Isley off her stride. Go ahead and read that out loud.
Let's see what we got here. Speaking of going deeper, I found something that knocked me out my stride. Triple lolly fisting mind break enslavement Guro.
Okay, I knew what all of those except the last one was.
I think the DeviantArt said Guro was.
Why would you look it up?
No, it's because I look up fan art on DeviantArt, and it's like, you have looked at this picture, here are similar pictures, and it's just like, the fuck is that? And so you're curious, but also disturbed, so you click on it, and you're like, fucking why? And then you scroll down to the comments, and in the author section, it's like, oh, this is a Guro pic of Gurren Lagann, you know, blah blah blah. It's just like, what? What is this? Why? And then I go to Urban Dictionary whenever I see a word I don't understand.
I just generally ask them to cease their degeneracy.
I mean,
it doesn't work, but
in a very literal sense, that sounds about right, Sneaky. Yeah. Bahamut's body crashed into ground hard, sending dirt and earths flew everywhere.
I'm sorry, sending dirt and what?
Sending dirt and earths flew everywhere.
Dirt as opposed to dirt and
earths.
I don't know, what the fuck?
Before anyone could scream out his name, Naruto had appeared again before McGregor and sending powerful punch into his stomach. The force was so strong that it created powerful shockwave that broke every single window within 20-foot radius. The Bishop of Surzek fell unconscious to the ground. Graphia quickly cast powerful ice spell. sending wave after wave of ice spear to Naruto. But the boy was too fast. Smirner he brought his hand together in front of his face and breathed in deeply, and after a few seconds, he breathed out powerful fire in form of phoenix, easily melting down the ice, and would have defeated Grafia, if not for Beowulf, Sutter, and Soji blocking the fire with their booties. Beowulf, Sutter, Soji! The strongest crane screamed out in horror as tears slowly fell out of her eyes. Grafia quickly created soft blanket made of snow to support their and cool off their fallen body.
This is some special writing.
I don't even know what's happening here.
How not to write an action scene. That's what's going on here.
Our action scene written by literal dice was better than this.
She followed them to the ground and began to use healing magic to heal them. I'm so surprised by that outcome. As opposed to using healing magic to hurt them.
This isn't Divinity, too.
Surzex couldn't believe what he just saw. A kid, not older than Rias, had taken out all of his parage without a scratch on his body. There was no way this boy was normal. No child should have this much power at this age. Anger was slowly building up inside Surzex. Bringing out his hand in front of him, Surzex created a massive ball of destruction and shot it at Naruto. The massive power connected with the boy's body, creating a powerful shockwave that made a minor earthquake in the underworld. Every single devil in existence woke up from the earthquake, with some of them asking themselves what just happened. I love how it's like it's a minor earthquake, but it woke up everyone.
Sounds about right.
That's how minor earthquakes work.
Delete this fic, find the author, and feed him lead.
No. That's far too traceable. We'll do it Chicago style. We take him to the canal and we give him cement overshoots.
I thought we were just gonna do it Song of Ice and Fire style, where we boil a bunch of lead in a pot and then pour it down their throat.
Well, okay then.
By the way, Suthner is actually made of fire. Yeah, I know. Naruto, you don't see bake. You don't understand. Fire. Naruto's fire was so hot it burned fire.
See, that sounds like a similar setup to like everything was burning, even the stone. I thought, even the stone.
I'm triggering Nexus with my pronunciations.
Sir.
Nexus, there's no point.
You'll get used to it. Eventually.
Thinking that assailant was taken care of, Surzex decided to go to the ground to check on his parage. Lucifer Sama, where do you think you're going? Turning his head in shook, Surzex saw some kind of ribcage covered with purple phlegm had formed around Naruto, protecting him. He could see that his eyes had changed, and Naruto was too far away to see clearly. The child, he was too strong. There was no way he could hold back now. Forgive me, Sensei. I must go all out, just this once.
Anyway, how's about we end the stream?
No, we got 20 more minutes.
Yeah.
No, we don't. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. No, we don't. Max, it's time to end the stream, right?
No, there's still 20 minutes.
God damn it, Max!
There's still 20 more minutes of Watch At and Suffer scheduled.
He had to end this now, or else the boy may kill his beloved sister if he was given the chance. He and Naruto slowly landed on the ground, This time, the ribcage had transformed into an upper body of a demon with horns on its head, and the amount of magical power he was release was amazing. It made Surzex feel as if he was facing one of his fellow Grey Satans. However, just as he was about to attack, small footsteps rang out behind him, making Surzex's eyes widen in horror when he felt his sister magical energy heading for them. Naruto-kun! Please stop it! Rhea screamed out with tears in her eyes while still running to him with Akeno and Koneko following behind her. Surzex tried to scream out to his sister, but no matter how he tried, Rhys wouldn't stop running. Surzex eyes widened at the revelation that his sister somehow knew this boy.
No. Revolution. Just keep putting bad words in there. It makes it funnier for me.
Surzex saw Naruto's eyes widen in shook, and the skeleton slowly disappeared, leaving wide-eyed Naruto looking at Rhys with shocked expression. So Naruto is trying to kill Rhys without even knowing what Rhys looked like? Yep.
That's...
Which, I mean, honestly,
Hey.
to be fair, if you go up to someone and shout, "I'm going to kill your sister" in front of the family, and the sister starts running away after the brother shouts for her to run, then you know who the sister is you need to kill.
Yeah, but like, kind of a shitty match is like, hey kid, yeah, go kill this person. Okay. Wonder if I should have given him this photo.
Yeah, just pulls out photo. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot to give him.
He'll be fine.
He knows what he's doing.
What are you doing here, Akeno-chan? Get out of here. It's dangerous here. But when he saw resemblance between Surzex and his Akeno-chan, his face turned angry expression. Your real name was Rhys Gremory, wasn't it? He asked her in quiet tone, barely restraining his anger. Yes, Naruto-kun, I'm sorry because I lied to you. Rhys lowered her head in shame. But please, Naruto-kun, stop it. I don't want you to be like this. No! My mission is to kill you! Purple flames flared out again, but disappeared again. His eyes began to flicker between his normal eyes and crimson eyes with slit pupils. Naruto began to scream out in pain and clenched his head with his hands in agony. In collapse to the ground. Stop him, strange demonic voice came from blonde-haired boy. He being controlled. Stop Naruto now. I can't hold him much longer. Even though Surzex didn't understand what was happening, he quickly shot Naruto with his strongest power of destruction blast and erased him from existence, thus securing the future for his
Like that you couldn't finish it. You just could not finish this bullshit that you were adding on.
It was a valiant attempt, but you were betrayed by your own stupidity.
I'm sorry. I was trying to say the 14-word slogan of the white supremacists. I just started cracking up.
How's that working out for you?
But you have to admit, that would be a great one-shot way to end. just be like, actually, they just kill Naruto at the end. End of chapter, end of story. That's it. This is where it ends.
I mean, that'd be a great way to troll everyone on fanfiction.net.
But, like, don't mark it as a completed story either.
You could get away with that if, like, authors note, I don't know if I'll take this anywhere, tentative one shot or something.
Tentative one shot. If people like this, I'll make more. And just never make any more.
There'll be thousands of reviews begging you for more. Don't let Naruto die.
Oh god, that's exactly what would happen too. That's exactly
I,
how it would go.
I almost want to do this. It's like really sad because I just like have no urge to write the Naruto Ruby story anymore because Ruby season 6, like Naruto's already pretty much a dead genre for me, because of that ending of
Yeah.
Naruto, and so I was like sort of iffy about it. And then Ruby season 6 is just like, hey guys, we're gonna actually be worse than all previous seasons, and I'm just like, I don't even want to touch Ruby anymore, you know. Just abandon Ruby already. I know.
I mean, Max
Yeah.
and I will be watching it to laugh.
I mean, I'll watch it with you guys. We might even do it on stream. It just makes me not want to write, you know?
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
it just
I hear
kills
you.
absolutely any desire to write.
Also, probably best not to do it on stream just to avoid like trouble and whatnot. Because
Which,
just
by the way, those fuckers fucking copy struck our shit before it even got posted to public. Our Ruby review.
then why the fuck did we go through the trouble of adding the shit in the description and making sure it was demonetized?
And following all of the restrictions.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
hold on a minute. Their own fucking stuff says that as long as it's not monetized, we're fine.
Yeah, did you fight the claim? Or did you just delete it?
It didn't give me
What do
the
you mean
option.
you couldn't?
What, it didn't even give us the option?
Nope.
But
What the
we followed their own rule.
No, you see, when major verified companies on YouTube claim someone's
I
work,
thought
you are not
Rooster
allowed
Teeth
to
was
dispute
smarter
that
than
anymore.
this.
Yeah, you can no longer dispute claims from like MGM and Sony and Nintendo and Rooster Teeth. Like any verified company on YouTube, you can no longer dispute claims against.
I thought Rooster Teeth was smarter than that. I really did, considering they started in a position where Bungie could have shut them down hard for using their assets, technically.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
In fact, one of the things
holy
they say is
shit.
they even talked about it, how early on, like the first time they got a letter from Microsoft, they were like, oh, it's a cease and desist. That's it. We're done.
And then they ignored it and kept going, and then Microsoft.
No, because it was Bungie back when Bungie was still a cool company, and Bungie was like, this shit's hilarious. Keep at it.
Yeah, and then they partnered up with them and got like their motion capture technology or some shit, and made a really good season, and then just everything went downhill from there.
That was the first season that Monty was on board with them.
Yep.
For his animation
Yeah,
styles.
season 7, right?
I want to say 6.
It was either 7 or 6, but yeah, like, and then that was when they were like, yeah, if you complete this, was it season 10? They said if you complete, then we'll do Ruby.
Something like that. Yeah, I think it was like because I think he came to them with it. It was either the beginning of season. It was either the end of season 9 or the beginning of season 10. I think is what they said.
All I know is that he pitched it. All he did was show Bernie a quick pitch of like, okay, look at this like 3-second animation loop of a scythe turning into a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And then he locked himself away for like a month, and all they heard was stock sound footage of bullets and wolves.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there is so much wrong with Ruby. I mean, if you check our Discord, both Tension and I constantly link "What's wrong with Ruby this time?" videos, and it's just there's just so much wrong with Ruby, and people like to say it has potential. The only thing it has potential in, by Isley, the only thing it has potential in is as a tabletop game, because there is legitimately some good ways you could make some really cool features for a tabletop game for Ruby, in terms of like D&D style, but it's really got no potential outside of that. Apparently there's a manga of it, and the first version of it like got canceled because like no one bought it, and then there was like a second version of it.
No, it was completed. The first version ran in Shonen Jump, and then they compiled it into a volume, and that was that. Then they made an anthology where they just got a bunch of artists to just make little short stories, little omakes, little 4 comas. So
interesting. Anyway, so we'll see you guys all next time. We might do a game stream at some point, maybe Thursday, maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday night or something. We don't really know. We'll
figure
get back to you on
something
that.
out.
Check the Discord. We'll ping everyone in the announcement section when we figure that out. But otherwise, if you don't see us, until then, see you Friday. We might be doing Overcooked instead of our normal stuff. Who knows at this point?
We don't.
We sure as hell don't. So
yeah, not anymore.
See you next time, because remember, there is always more, and it always gets worse.